up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex Young. I am part of Reliant Disc Golf, also Team Discmania Ambassador. This is my in the bag for our... I don't know. It's not a season. This is my current in the bag. My PDGA number is 198530. I'm like 890 rated, but I think I'm closer to like 1000 rated. I think the rating system is broken, but it's whatever. I don't believe in the ratings, so... We'll start off with my putting putters. I currently bag Rainmakers for my putting putters. I putt with two, just like, that's how I practice, so I like to have one in my offhand. Pretty straight putting putter. I've tried the P2s and they're kind of too overstable for me. P1s I sometimes like miss right, or I don't know. That's definitely a putting error, not a, like a putter error, not a putter error. Throwing putters. I currently have 3 throwing putters in the bag. I have a CB stamped Lux Vapor Link. Caleb gave me this one when we got the last order of Caleb discs. So this has been pretty stable. If I rip on it, it'll flip up to flat, and then it goes pretty far actually. So I kind of like it. I'm afraid though that Caleb's going to be really mad at me because I think it's going to be replaced by the Color Glow P1. So far, I've really liked this. It's been really stable. I've only had it for like 1 round, but I'm a sucker for premium plastic throwing putters. So trying to find that perfect one that flies. I'd kind of like to find one that flies like a Mindbender does, but a putter. Does that make sense? The last throwing putter that I have is an Extra Soft Exo Vapor Tactic. I really like this disc for Big Annie approach shots. Hyzer, if I rip on it, it'll be like a Hyzer flip forehand. That's it for throwing putters. Next, we're going to talk about mid-ranges. I usually only bag super stable discs because it's really hard to match my arm speed with the mid-range section. So first, we'll talk about the Origin. This might be the most overstable Origin I've ever thrown. It just like it flips up and turns, but that's if I'm like not throwing super hard. Like it's a roller disc otherwise because I'm super hard throwing, super strong. Next disc is a Mindbender. This is my Woods disc. I can rip it on Hyzer and it'll flip up and go straight and drift a little bit. I'm trying to find a slot between the Mindbender, the MD1, and the MD5. Currently, I've got the MD2 in the bag. I'm not super crazy about it, but it's that stable disc that I can throw on Hyzer and it'll fade out. It doesn't flip up. And then last, I have the new Metal Flake MD5s. Really liking this for rollers and big turnovers. Throw it on forehand a lot. Hyzer flip forehands. It's really good for my arm speed. Last mid-range that I throw, this is my dead straight mid-range. It's a Mutant. I really just throw this in the woods. I throw it, I can kind of pump it on Hyzer. It'll flip up. Yeah, I don't throw it a lot, but it's in there. Fairways. I have a ton of fairways. I throw only overstable discs, as I've said. So first off, I have Ella Hansen Swirly S-Line FD. This thing is super overstable for me. Wait, no, it's super overstable.
So it's flippy for me.
So it's flippy for me. I like to throw this on Hyzers. It flip up and then just kind of go straight. Sometimes it turns over into a roller. I'll let you decide based on the B-roll. Next up, I have a Proto FD2. I found this in the used bin. I thought it was cool because it was Discmania, and I picked it up. Next disc, a Third Tool FD2, something like that. I don't know. Caleb gave it to me. Super roller disc for me. I don't know why people like them so much. It's really good. Whatever. Next up, this should have been before those two. This is a C-Line FD. Another roller disc for me. Throw it on Hyzer and it rolls. FD1, shout out Dilo. This is my dead straight fairway. I throw it on Hyzer and it flips up and turns for me. You'll never see it fade. I throw them 400 feet. Next up, I just put this in the bag. I actually took my Doombird 4 out of the bag for this disc. It is the Glow European Open C-Line FD3. These are pretty stable, but a touch more friendly to me because they're super overstable. So you'll see me throwing them on Hyzer flip turnovers and stuff. If you haven't picked up that this is a joke and you're like currently raging and typing like, that's not an understable disc, you've missed the point. Next up, this is the disc that I've had the longest in my bag. I found this in that pond before I actually started playing disc golf. Noah got me into disc golf by, we would go disc diving. I pulled this out of the pond. I was like, oh, this looks cool. And I'd throw it on forehands. And I still have it to this day. And that's been like 3 years. Longest owned disc. Super understable for me. It's like a Mega Hyzer to roller disc. Roll the clip. Last disc, this is probably my favorite, most thrown fairway, honestly. The CD1. I got this in the X-Out box and immediately put it in my bag because it looks dope, but then I can get it total. This is an actual honest flight of how I throw this. I can throw it on a touch of hyzer, get it to flip up and drift a little bit, and then it always fades for me. If I throw it flat, which is rare that I get them flat or on any, it'll kind of hold that and then it'll still pan out at the end. So this is a really good disc for beginners. Next disc, I had one more. That's a lot of fairways.
A lot of discs.
I have 9 fairways. I don't need this many discs.
They're all FD.
I need this many discs. Don't let the pros tell you to throw less molds. This is ideal disc golf.
5 FDs in that.
There's 5 FD. Is there really? Anyways. You need a lot of fairways. Next up, distance drivers. Big shout out to Landon Clark. He gave me this Metal Flake DD2. It's a roller disc for me. You'll never see it thrown on anything else because it's super understable.
There's a really big tailwind.
So yeah, it's sick. Next disc in my bag, super overstable. It's the Astronaut. You'll see me throwing this on big spike hyzers, and yeah, I would highly recommend this for faster arm speeds. This is where I lose my job at Discmania. Next up, distance drivers, the DD1. This is actually overstable. Like, I know that I'm memeing about things, but this is a super overstable distance driver for me. I was hoping for it to be a little straighter, but I'm just gonna keep hitting trees with it, and then it'll become that flippy distance driver that I want. In the meantime, I have the Paradigm. Paradigm, you can throw, get a little bit of flip. If you want to watch low arm speeds throw this, you can watch Caleb throw it in our European Open discs video. He gets an ace. He went max distance and aced a 360 foot hole. So threw his arm out of socket. He had to go to the doctor. It was crazy. Next two, I have an S-Line DD3. It's the Bomber Run, I believe. It's got the air bubbles in the rim. Super straight distance driver. If I rip on it, it'll flip up and go straight.
That was actually a really good
If I rip on it harder or normal speed, it'll roll. I throw these 700 feet. Last disc, actually super happy with this disc, the European Open Limited Run Cloudbreaker. This one's super pop top. It's you probably can't see that, but it's super pop top. It goes further than it should. I'll just leave it at that. It's overstable and it goes super far. And I throw it on rollers. Don't forget to stay hydrated out there. Not sponsored, but if you wanted to, I wouldn't be upset. Powerade Zero is my favorite drink ever. Stay fueled. And scene.